The world didn't expect it to come from Donald Trump. Again. He had returned to the White House with an unapologetic fire in his eyes, and this time, he wasn't looking east, but across the Atlantic. The message that rang through newsrooms across the world was simple yet thunderous. Until Nigeria can guarantee security for its people and stop the violence against the Biafrans, we will not allow President Tinubu to set foot on American soil again. Fix your house or we'll fix it for you. It wasn't just another Trumpian rant. This time, American warships had left Gibraltar, heading for the Gulf of Guinea. Fighter jets hovered over Chad, cameras locked on Nigeria's borders. The world froze. President Bola Tinubu was in his presidential villa in Abuja when the call came through. His hands trembled slightly as he listened to the U.S. Defense Secretary deliver the message, again, this time less politely. "Mr. President," the voice said, "your failure to protect your people has become an international problem. The massacres in the southeast, the banditry in the north, and the unchecked looting in your corridors of power, these are not internal issues anymore. If you board a plane toward our airspace, you will be denied entry." Tinubu didn't speak. For once, Aswaju, the Jagaban, was quiet. In the cities of Enugu and Onitsha, the fires never really stopped. Biafran communities had long learned to live with military checkpoints, unlawful detentions, and cries muffled under the silence of curfews. Children no longer played outside after dusk. Mothers clutched rosaries while cooking, hoping today wouldn't be the day their sons went missing. Chinedu Okafor was a teacher in Aba, a Biafran stronghold. He had seen more students cry over funerals than over failed exams. His school barely had chalk, but the military barracks nearby had enough armored vehicles to supply a small army. It was not just unfair, it was obscene. When he heard about Trump's warning, Chinedu wasn't sure whether to laugh or cry. "They say he's crazy," he told his wife, Nena. "But maybe it takes crazy to notice our pain." In Washington, D.C., Trump paced in the Oval Office. Beside him, an intelligence report displayed the full scale of the Nigerian crisis. Over 20,000 kidnapped in 3 years. Entire communities razed in Benue and Zamfara. Biafran protesters shot in daylight, and billions of dollars flowing into private accounts. "You see this?" Trump thundered to his generals. "They have oil, gold, and youth power, and still, they let terrorists run wild. Enough is enough. We help them with arms, with training. And what did they do? Turn it on their own people." The Pentagon was uneasy. Nigeria wasn't just another Iraq or Afghanistan. It was Africa's biggest economy, a massive nation with global influence. But Trump didn't care. He had found a cause, an international disgrace to fix, a legacy to seal. Back in Nigeria, Tinubu summoned his top aides, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Chief of Army Staff.
"They cannot bully us,"
he said.
Bossa.
Someone whispered. The room fell silent. Even Tinubu's most loyal ministers knew that things had gone from bad to worse. Insecurity had spread like wildfire. The economy was suffocating. The youth had no jobs, no opportunities, only hashtags and heartbreak. The ASUU strike had lasted almost a year. Fuel queues stretched for miles, electricity flickered like candlelight dreams. And the Biafrans, they were tired. Tired of apologies, tired of being targets, tired of the silence. The next day, Trump took to the podium. It was a global broadcast. CNN, Al Jazeera, BBC, and even Channels TV in Lagos aired it live. "To the people of Nigeria, I say this: your leaders have failed you. Your lands are rich. Your culture is beautiful. Your people are brilliant. But your government is broken. Too many die in silence. Too many live in fear. The world is watching now, and we will not stand by. I have ordered military surveillance over key hotspots. We are monitoring Kaduna, Zamfara, Imo, and the Niger Delta." He paused, then delivered the line that sent shockwaves across the continent. "President Tinubu, until you can govern with justice and protect your people, you are grounded. No international trips, no summits, no diplomatic immunity. Stay home, fix your country." From Lagos to Akka, Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, the streets erupted, not in violence but in dialogue. Some praised Trump. Others called it neo-colonial interference. "He's insulting our sovereignty," cried one politician on national TV. "But where was your sovereignty when bandits kidnapped 300 schoolchildren?" asked a youth leader from Hos. "Where was your pride when Biafrans were slaughtered like animals?" Young people began to march, not in support of Trump, but in demand for change. "Fix Nigeria now" trended globally. Chinedu the teacher wrote an open letter. It was published online, then shared thousands of times. "Dear Mr. President, I don't support foreign invasion, but I support anything that reminds you we are bleeding. You sit in Aso Rock and speak of greatness while we bury our youth in shallow graves. You wear agbada stitched in gold, while mothers wear grief. Biafra is not a rebellion, it's a cry for dignity. Fix this country before the world fixes it for you." Tinubu had a choice. Ignore the warning and watch international sanctions destroy what remained of Nigeria's credibility. Or face his demons, sack corrupt ministers, end the military's abuse in the East, fund education, and rebuild security. He made a rare national broadcast. In it, he promised reforms. He even visited Aba, first for any... He didn't invade, but he sent something else. Pressure, eyes, and accountability. International watchdogs began pouring into Nigeria. Peacekeepers arrived in Borno. Trade deals were frozen until reforms took shape. And a special tribunal was launched to investigate military violence against Biafrans. Months later, at the Bere Festival in Ibadan, Abike stood watching the fireworks light up the sky. She remembered the fear, the anger, the despair. But tonight, she saw something new. Possibility. Maybe, just maybe, it took the thunder of an outsider to awaken the conscience of a sleeping giant.